Thank you for tuning in and welcome back to Home Selling Tips. In today's video, you'll learn about the 6 things people hate most when selling a home. My name is Andrew Finney. Please consider me your real estate geek. I am always here to help. My contact information is in the show more description below and always at the end of each and every video. Okay, so picture this. You're getting ready to sell your home. So you've gone through the home staging process, you've got your curb appeal right, you got your home looking good, you got it smelling good, you got your professional photography done, and then there's those annoying, frustrating things you just absolutely hate when people do. So if you're a home buyer watching this video, pay special close attention and make sure you're not committing one of these issues with the seller, because it's going to really tick them off. And if you're a seller, go ahead and pay attention to them and just take it with a grain of salt and be prepared just in case this happens. So with the things that people hate, number 1 is actually no-shows for showing appointments. I mean, here's the deal. You know, you got your showing instructions out there, you got your listing agent that's doing everything they can to generate showings and generate that qualified buyer to get you as many qualified offers as possible, and then you have either a buyer agent that didn't show up on time or didn't show up at all, or you have a buyer that flaked out on both the buyer agent and the showing appointment after you've already made sure that you scheduled, you got everything taken care of, you got everything out of the house, and you guys are ready to show off at your best. So that's the first thing that people hate, and quite understandably so. So the second thing is last minute showings. A last minute showing is like, oh, okay, you have a buyer agent, they're driving around and maybe they were showing some homes in your area. The buyer says, hey, what about that house over there? Buyer agent says, I don't know. They see the sign over there, they give you a call, or they call your listing agent calls you, and you say, well, I need about 30 minutes or so to spruce up the house and get out. And especially if you got pets and stuff, you know, you need about 30 minutes to get everything ready to get out of the house. And you ask your listing agent, so where are they? Well, the buyer agent said they're actually in your driveway. So that's actually going to tick off the listing agent. It's going to tick you off too, because you got somebody that wants to see your home and you absolutely want to show your home to as many people as possible to get the most qualified and as many of the most qualified offers in as possible. But it's a little bit difficult when people are doing that. So again, if you're a buyer, please don't commit any of these mistakes, and if you're a seller, please just expect them so that you can come up with a workaround plan if this does happen to you. So the third thing people hate are buyers messing around with your stuff. So what does that mean? You got everything spruced up, you have all your home staging done, and here they are picking up this or picking up that, or moving your pillow here or moving a pillow there on the couch, moving a throw or something around that like that. First of all, and even worse than that is if there are buyers that might have kids or something, or they brought a pet. I mean, bringing a pet is not appropriate whenever you're getting ready to show a home as a buyer agent or the buyer coming in. If you bring your pet, don't do that. I understand that your pet needs to understand it's going to be their new home and they need to make sure that's right for them too. Plan on that like after you get your offer accepted, not when during a showing, whenever the pet could defecate or urinate or something in the seller's house or jump on the furniture or something like that. That's just not appropriate. And then you have, if you have kids, I mean, and you want to bring them into the house, they're going to be so excited, then they're going to be lively, and they're going to be jumping on couches, they're going to be jumping on stuff. Please make sure that if you're showing a home and you have the kids and you're a buyer that has kids, please make sure they're not jumping around and destroying someone else's property. Keep in mind you're entering someone else's home, and be respectful and give them the same respect that you would appreciate in having in return, so that if someone was looking at your home, because someday you're going to find that right home and you're going to decide that you're going to sell it, make sure that you treat it with the same respect and courtesy that you would want someone to treat you in your home with, okay? So that brings us to point number 4, which is actually property damage. And messing with stuff, property damage can happen. You know, you get people that are out there that are looking and flipping switches or looking at this, opening and closing that, maybe open and close a cabinet drawer too hard, thinking that it might be a soft closed drawer, and you just smack it like that real hard, you crack the wood. Look, that's one of those things that it comes down to common decency and respect, people. I mean, just make sure you're being respectful of other people's property. It's not your home yet, even if you make an offer on it. You still got to work your way through the closing process to make that happen. Be respectful. So the 5th thing that people hate is getting the pets out of the house. And that brings us back to the things that people hate, number 1, with no showings on showing appointments. Think about this. You're getting ready to sell your home if you're a home buyer, and you're out there and you got pets, and you got to get them out of the house. You got to get the kids out of the house. You got to get the house spruced up and touched up, smelling good real quick before a buyer gets there. They don't even show up. Well, that's pretty frustrating after you just went through getting the pets out of the house, the kids out of the house, everything picked up. You're displacing someone else's time. Be respectful of each other's time, whether you're a seller or whether you're a buyer. And if you're selling your home, be respectful of a buyer's time. And just make sure that you have good showing instructions, and we'll go on that in a moment. So the sixth thing that people really hate about selling a home is actually leaving the doors unlocked and the lights on to your home. Now, yeah, that can be a pretty scary situation, especially being that if you're leaving your doors unlocked. First of all, I hope you're not doing that, because if you're working with a trusted real estate advisor, you're going to have a lockbox, and that lockbox is going to protect you and your safety quite a bit, because you will never have to leave your home unlocked. And if you're one of those people that are a little bit resistant to a lockbox, get over it, because it's a lot better than leaving your home unlocked and anybody willy-nilly in and out can go into your home. With a lockbox, and the kind that we use here in Las Vegas is actually a form of a Sentry lockbox. Anytime someone accesses that lockbox, we the agents actually get a report of who accessed it, what time they accessed it. So if something went wrong with your home, we know, and we can turn that information over to you, and then you can have a conversation with your attorney or whatever the case may be if necessary. So that's something really important to remember. So by all means, don't leave your house unlocked and the lights on. I mean, leave the lights on when you get ready to leave. That just helps it show better. But don't leave the doors unlocked. Get a lockbox on your house. I mean, it's that simple. So that brings us around to the last thing, which is showing instructions. If you're having a great conversation with your trusted real estate advisor before you even go on the market, you should be having that conversation about showing instructions. It's one of the things that I do before we get ready to go on the market. Mr. and Mrs. Seller, tell me about how you like the showings to take place in your home. Are there times that are better than others? Keep in mind that we want to get as many people in as possible, and everybody has a different schedule, so we'll want to keep the showings as available as possible. But speaking of that, should they be calling 1 hour in advance? Should they be calling 30 minutes in advance? Should they be calling 2 hours in advance? And generally, a lot of people seem to be pretty reasonable. Say, hey, give us 30 minutes, 45 minutes, heads up. That'll give people a chance to spruce up the home, get the dogs out, get the kids out, get whatever the situation may be out and spruced up before the buyers come in. Now, that's pretty reasonable, and it's not too much to ask for. Your listing agent can go on the multiple listing service and make it very well known that please contact the listing agent 45 minutes, an hour in advance to set a showing on that property, and be happy to show the property. So if you have any questions about this, I'm going to put my contact information up. Even if you just want to say hi, please go ahead and reach out to me. Tell me what you're learning from this video in the comment section below, and if you're taking something new from this video, I'm going to ask you to do 3 things. Number 1, please subscribe to the channel. Number 2, please like this video. And number 3, please share this video around with someone you know it's going to be able to help. Thank you so much for watching today. We'll see you next week with home selling tips. Enjoy an outstanding day.